beautiful souls, it's time for your angel message. Now, you have a very important role in this message, and that is you need to get silent, settle in, and choose a number: one, two, or three. Because I'm going to use three different angel deck cards, and you are going to pick card number one, card number two, or card number three. And this is going to allow the message to be personalized for you, by you. Now, before we get started, I want you to set your intention. You are going to hear exactly what it is that you came here to hear, and you are going to take away guidance that is specifically around the event or the question or the issue or the concern that you came to this video to learn about. Set your intention. I'll give you a moment. And when you have your intention set, I want you to drop into your heart space, and you can literally put your head down. And I want you to connect to the beautiful energy of the color green, the green that surrounds the heart, that pulsates with each beat. This color wraps you in its beautiful energy and provides you with safety and security as you begin the journey into finding out what it is that you came here to find out. Now, I'm going to suggest that you listen to this message a couple of times. And one of the reasons is because when we listen actively versus passively, we hear different things. So actively means you are watching it just like this. You're listening, you're intent on hearing the message. Passively means you're doing other things. Maybe you're taking a walk. Maybe you're washing the dishes. Maybe you're listening to music in the background. When we listen actively versus passively, we bring in different energies and different learnings. So I always suggest that you listen both ways. So I've got three decks. It's a big old bunch of decks here, and I'm going to do my best to shuffle them. And as I shuffle them, I want you to focus on card one, card two, or card three. Which number are you drawn to? Is it one, is it two, or is it three? And I'm going to place these cards on my heart, and I'm going to breathe into them as the angels surround me and guide me to pick card one, card two, and card three. Have you chosen your card? Here comes card. Let me turn it this way. Here comes card number one, right here. Card number one. Card number two. And card number three. Okay. Interestingly enough, I chose one card from each deck. Now, the cards are all spread out, so I don't know what I'm choosing, but I got one card from each deck. Now, I'm not going to use the guidebook. I'm going to just look at the card, and I'm going to let the angels give me the message that's most relevant, most needed at this time. But before we do that, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee, because I love my coffee. I'm going to ask that the angels bring me all the awareness that I need to be the conduit for this message. And let's go. If you chose card number 1, here it is. It's time to claim your sensuality. It's time to step in to the passion and the promise of being a whole and complete sensual being. If this card is for you, it's time to up your game. For some of you, that might mean it's time to be the flirt. For others, it may mean it's time to get out of the sweats, put on some fancy clothes, feel good, embrace your feminine side. Yes, you can be a male listening to this message, and you are all about feminine, masculine. We're all craving balance in our lives. If you chose card number 1, yes, it's about sensuality, but more importantly, it's about balance. It's about understanding you are masculine, you are feminine. This card is also speaking to you to understand the energy, the feminine aspects of the moon. Study the phases of the moon, and you will find the solutions and the timing of when to do what's next in the steps that you are outlining for the specific project or situation that you are being guided through. Embracing your sensuality is all about expressing it and not being afraid to be a sensual being. Being a sensual being might mean just exuding the confidence that comes with being this divine creature of elegance and sensuality. Don't be afraid to show your sensuality. And this also requires vulnerability. You may have been playing under the line when it comes to sensuality, and now it's time to step up and really exude it. This could also be about you turning up the heat with someone that you are extremely drawn to, that you are attracted to. Turning up the heat, letting them know that you have an interest. You've been keeping it quiet, but it's time to put on that fancy dress or to put on that confident attitude, whatever makes you feel most sensual, and go for it. If you've chosen card number 2, it is all about healing. If you've chosen card number 2, the message is be open to unconventional healing. What looks broken or what looks like it might need mending is just the facade. It's not really the issue. Rather, it's a symptom of the true issue. Healing comes in 3 components: mind, body, spirit. While your body may look one way or feel one way, healing the mind and healing the spirit will help to heal the body. Don't be afraid to change up your diet. If you are drawn to card number 2, chances are they're showing me you're not getting enough water, and there is something with your minerals. You're depleted in your minerals, zinc and magnesium. You may want to research zinc and magnesium levels and see if that applies to you. Don't be afraid to seek out non-traditional healing modalities. This may be the time when you've checked all the boxes off with practical traditional healing, and now it's time to go into something energetic. When you come into the space of energy, you begin the flow of chi. You open up the chi. You open up the flow of energy, the life flow. This may be acupressure. This may be the emotion code, which is something that I do, which is removes energetically the blocked or trapped emotions in you. This may be some form of shaman medicine. You will know what you've tried, and you will also know what is it that you're drawn to. Engage your gut and your heart in this. Most of you who drew card number 2 will be open and willing to seeking treatment outside of the box. If in fact you've drawn card number 2 and seeking treatment out of the box scares you, you may begin with doing the mind work. And that means looking at your fears. Let's be honest here. Everything in this human world is about learning. And so, whether it's moving you forward or keeping you stuck, there is still learning opportunities for you. And so, if you're resistant to non traditional medicine, don't force yourself unwillingly. Dive into what it is that scares you, because chances are, just by looking into that fear, it's going to be like pulling a thread, and you're going to go into the next fear and the next fear and the next fear. And this is also something that you can manage with a spiritual director. Maybe it's not about medicine, but rather about spiritual direction. Maybe your physical symptoms can be healed on a spiritual level. It's also possible that you may be carrying inherited energies that carry this non-wellness. And so it would be in your best interest to look at past lives, and you can do that very simply by going within, asking for guidance, or you can book an intuitive guidance session and we can explore that together. But the angels are showing me that it is possible to carry these energies from generation to generation and life to life. And there's a reason for it. Everything has meaning. All right, if you've chosen card number 3, this card is all about confidence and self-worth. And the confidence is around all areas of your life. It's not just regard to relationships or career. It's the foundation. It has cracks in it. And so if you've chosen card number 3, chances are you feel like you're walking on eggshells, like you feel nothing is secure. You're always questioning, you're always wondering, and you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And the reality of this is it begins with your belief system. If you are someone who believes you can, and you really put the intention behind it, you will. But most times, this card is all about remembering who you are. And more importantly than remembering who you are, remembering whose you are, where you came from. And this includes, as we talked about in card number 2, past lives. Because if you think about it like this, every life, every experience you've had to this point all supports who you are in this moment. When you can look back on past lives or even past experiences in this life and you can pull the learning out of it, you're golden. The angels are reminding you that every experience that you've ever had is leading up to this moment right here. And all of those experiences, they're not good or bad. There is no such thing as good or bad or right or wrong. They are all there to support who you are here to become. So step back and look at who you are in this moment. How do you feel? How do you feel physically? How do you feel emotionally? How do you feel spiritually? What are you drawn to? What is your go-to thought when it comes to life, day-to-day life? Do you think, I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop? Do you think, yes, I can? Are you dependent on other people supporting who you want to be, as opposed to you stepping out and becoming that person? Are you the person that gives your identity and the formation of your identity to someone else? These messages are meant to make you feel, they're meant to make you get into a space where you can take away little pieces that might be for you. Now, just because you've chosen card number 1, 2, or 3 doesn't mean you're locked into that card. It means that's the energy that will resonate the most with you. But certainly, this message, the order of these cards, the number of cards, and the messages from the cards are all relevant. Maybe you'll take a little piece of number 3. Maybe you'll have an aha moment with number 2. Maybe you'll notice that you need to add more plant-based foods to your diet because that's the way to feel healthier for you. Maybe you'll notice that it's time to go spruce up your wardrobe a little bit and maybe buy a new perfume. Maybe. All of these cards are for you. Only you will know. So, this concludes the message from the angels. As always, I hope that it's helpful, and I'd love to hear your feedback. How do you like this delivery? How do you like 1, 2, and 3? I feel like this makes you an active participant in this reading, engages your energy, and brings you exactly what you need. Now, I have to say, if you love getting messages from your angels and you love intuitive guidance, and maybe you're just looking to get some answers to questions that you've been having for a while, I am now offering intuitive guidance sessions. And I will tell you, I do wholeheartedly work with the energy of the angels, and we are all about getting you boom, boom, boom answers. And you'll find these sessions go very quick, they're very conversational, and they're very personalized. So, I will put the link below, and I hope that these messages will make a difference in your day.